Teachers have heard this concept of flipped learning, or the flipped classroom, being thrown around in services for the last few years. Some have explored and embraced it. Others have brushed it aside as inconsequential, and many just don't understand. Flipped learning changes the whole look and feel of the traditional classroom. Most students find success in the flipped environment, where the classroom becomes a place for small group learning, peer instruction, and one-on-one time with the teacher. Johnny is a student who has had success in the flipped classroom. Let's take a look at his story. This is Johnny. This is Johnny's school. Recently, Johnny has been struggling to keep his grades up in a couple of his classes. Johnny is frustrated, and his parents don't understand what is happening. Why is Johnny so successful in his math and social science classes, but failing his science and language arts classes? Perhaps it's the method of teaching and Johnny's learning style that is causing Johnny's inconsistent grades. Let's take a look deeper into Johnny's classroom to see what's really going on. Johnny's science teacher is a very experienced teacher who's been teaching for over 20 years. This teacher prides himself on great lectures and spends the whole class period lecturing while students take notes. While in class, Johnny does his best to follow along. He takes many notes and he does a great job with that. But when the teacher asks if the class has questions, Johnny doesn't even know what to ask. When he gets home to attack the homework problems, his notes suddenly don't make any sense. Johnny gets frustrated. And he just gives up. He's embarrassed by his failure. Rather than ask for help, he just doesn't do his work. Johnny is on the verge of failing this class because he is not doing the homework. His parents don't understand. Why does he do so well in math, but not in science? What Johnny's parents don't understand is that Johnny's math teacher has adopted the flipped model of teaching and learning. Rather than lecturing all class period and sending students home with a set of problems to complete on their own, this instructor creates short videos that teach the concepts which the students watch at home. Class time is spent as a workshop where Johnny can work with his peers in collaboration on projects and problems which reinforce their learning. When better and further clarification is needed, the teacher is available to work one-on-one with Johnny to help him better understand concepts with which he is struggling. At home, Johnny is able to watch and re-watch the short videos to help him better understand. His teacher has also designed short quizzes that Johnny can take at home. These quizzes provide immediate feedback so Johnny knows where he's struggling and what he should ask the teacher in the classroom the following day. In the flipped classroom, Johnny is not frustrated. Rather, he feels empowered to learn this material. This classroom is student-centered rather than teacher-driven. Johnny's story is not an uncommon one. Most students learn better in a collaborative environment, one in which the student is the center of the learning and not the product of teaching. Are you a teacher who has a classroom full of Johnnies? Or a parent who has a child just like Johnny? Obviously, a successful Johnny is much better than a struggling Johnny. Flipping the classroom may be just the approach that is needed to make a difference in the educational experience of those kids just like Johnny.